Before we go over the processing that's on all of the channels in the groups and how they fit together to help us get a great mix, let's talk about Soundcheck. Now, Soundcheck is pretty much the only time that you as a front of house engineer have to actually fix anything, shape anything, and test it, or simply to build the mix. Once we get started, things move so fast that oftentimes it's just there's too much going on to try and actually dive into it and hear what's going on. So a system that works great for me, and I find works at 99% of churches, is to have the band, when they get there for soundcheck, loop a chorus. Just the band, no singers. You can give them a break. Have the band play the loudest part of the song, which is usually a chorus, and just have them play it over and over again for about 3 to 5 minutes, max. That should be enough time for you to pull up each input, set the gain, make sure it's all working correctly in the file, and move on down the line. So real quick, I'm going to do that. Now I've got virtual sound check, so the band isn't here, but virtually they are. We're going to be able to hear them from a service that just ended earlier today. And I'm going to pull these things up, and we're going to hear how things are sounding, and then dive into maybe how we got that sound, and kind of look at it as we go. So when it comes to sound checking or building the mix, I like to start with the drums. I'll bring in the kick, the snare, make sure all of the drums are fitting together nice. Then I'll add the bass, guitars, keyboards, any tracks. Then I'll add my crowd mics, usually towards the end. Then I'll add the vocals once we get to rehearsal, because it's just adding that one input at a time as they lead each song through run through and dialing that one sound. So let's get started with the drums. I'll pull this DCA up to Unity, because that's where I like to start with. And then on these faders, you can hit the mix to call up just those inputs to the left side. So if I just want to see the bass, I can hit mix and just see the bass. If I want a guitar, I can hit guitars and just see the guitars. Makes it really fast. So let's get started building this mix, and I'm going to start with the drums. So that is about as fast as you can move through a sound check when you have all of your stuff set the way that it's set right now. So this is how the file comes as a default. So your band should sound pretty similar, provided that you pull things in one at a time and balance it like that. It really helps to start with the drums and make your way down the line, adding those vocals last. Now, let's look at these crowd mics for the stream. We don't have crowd mics in the house because we don't need them. We have them so that the stream can feel like they're in the room while they're watching online. So let's add them in. And I have a trick for doing that. Mute the guitars and vocals and turn the crowd mics up until you can kind of hear the words. Then add your guitars and vocals back in, and you'll find that it's at a great level for your mix. So that's a great way to set your crowd mic level with the rest of your mix once you get it built.